Hello everyone, happy November. We just celebrated so many different holidays. We had Halloween, gotta put the hat on, Dia de los Muertos, Diwali, and Samhain, which is the Celtic New Year. It's another turning of the wheel of the year. And we had a new moon in Scorpio. It's Scorpio season. This is my movement for Scorpio. And daylight savings time. And in a couple days, it is the election. It is such a heightened time right now. So I'm going to be pulling some cards for us to help us maybe with some creativity, maybe some inspiration for what you're working through right now. Because we are going to be going into the more hermit, dark time, but that also can be a really alchemical time to work through anything that you're going through, to maybe put some focus on those dreams and the dreams that you've had for 2024, because we only have a couple more months. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be going into this time, looking at it as an opportunity to be creative, to maybe read that book that you've been wanting to read, start any projects that you've been wanting to do, or start dreaming up some for the new year. All right, let's get into this. The first deck that I'm going to be pulling from is the Magic deck. Shout out to my brother Trey for gifting me this deck. It's written by Adam Lee. And the next deck is going to be the NYC Tarot deck by Bess Matassa and illustrations by Clara Kirkpatrick. I am missing New York right now. I recently moved to Washington State. So we're going to be pulling a card from this awesome deck. And last but not least, Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray and illustrations by Lily Moses. I'm excited for these cards. So our first one from the Magic deck is the Unconscious. It's the Sea Kraken, the Kraken monster. This is so perfect for this Scorpio season and this time to go into the darkness. It's really calling for us to not be afraid of our shadows, which reminded me of a post that my teacher and mentor Alexander Roxo posted, and she wrote, "A woman unafraid of her shadows radiates light." So I feel like this card is really calling for us to, one, look at some of this unconscious patterns that we're doing. I know I've been looking at them myself, and making the necessary steps to change them. And one line in the deck really resonated with me. It says, "Sometimes the unconscious emerges in a tsunami of emotions. When it does, honor its message. Let the old ways crumble, and then be conscious of what you rebuild in their place. Don't be afraid to wipe out what you know, rewrite your old programming, and reinvent yourself." So even though this Kraken monster doesn't look very kind, I think it's calling us to look at the Kraken within ourselves and how can we play with that and transform it. So yes, really into this Kraken magic card. Next, from the NYC Tarot, we have the King of Cups. So in New York, that is the South Street Seaport. And now the King of Cups, is a water element, our emotions. And this king is really calling for us to hold all our emotions. And the deck, I really like, it says to, but rather than holding slashed out to the sea, this king wants us to create a haven for humanness here on land, letting each emotion that arrives increase our capacity for empathy. But rather than getting sloshed out to sea, this king wants us to create a haven for humanness here on land, letting each emotion that arrives increase our capacity for empathy. Felt like I needed to read that twice. This is really bringing up election energy for me and how we can deal with whoever gets elected. And the deck asks, what wants empathy in this moment? How could I become more human? I really love this card for us during our Scorpio season, and all the different holidays that we just celebrated, really taking the time to sit with our emotions, and especially during this next week, and not shying away from them. And maybe the deck also offers to maybe go and volunteer for a local community organization. How can you maybe give back during this time? Or if you're needing help, how can you go and seek the help that you need during this time? So really taking care of yourself, and holding all the different emotions and feelings and everything that's happening right now. And yes, love this card. Also, I think it calls to go by water wherever you are. If you're in New York, maybe go take a stroll. Maybe something will inspire you, or anywhere that you are in the world. Going to your favorite park or spot where there's water, and sitting and taking some space for yourself during this time. And lastly, we have the drum, dream and journey. I feel like these cards are so perfect for this time. So this card is calling to go inward, to meditate and find what it is that you're working on, what you're dreaming up. I think this is also perfect for the holidays that we just celebrated of Samhain, Dia de los Muertos, of really honoring your ancestors. So if you are called to this type of work, maybe lighting a candle, taking a moment to get into a meditative state and hear any messages that are possibly coming from the ancestors in your life. And I think that it's just a really powerful card for this season to, again, take time for yourself, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, and continue to work on all that you want in the world, all that you want to see in the world, and go for it. Now let's do some embodiments for this card. So for the first, the unconscious, it's gonna be and for the King of Cups, and last, the drum. This is gonna be Sometimes the movement is no movement. Feel free to create your own movements for any of these cards, or journal, find a song, like draw a picture. There's like endless possibilities for creativity inspired by these amazing decks. And thank you all so much for watching and supporting. And if you are called to donate, you can at my Venmo at Allow the Sun, or if you want your own reading, you can schedule a time with me. I have a autumn fall deal going on, so check it out. And I'm just wishing you all so much love and peace during this time. Thank you again for watching.